right, Thursday, November 4th. I'm Tom Novak. This is your Bring Me the News and Novak Weather Update brought to you by All Energy Solar. All Energy Solar harnessing the power of the sun to create affordable energy across our world. Thank you, All Energy, for sponsoring this update. That kind of wanted to show you something pretty cool from the National Weather Service and NOAA. This just shows you the temperatures now since the start of the year, since January 1st. And these blue lines on this graph, I love graphs and charts, by the way, but these blue lines show you the actual temperatures through time, lows and highs, basically. And a couple things I just wanted to focus on is look at this. Back in February of earlier this year, look how cold it was down here. That was our first real hardcore Arctic outbreak during the earlier this year in the winter. And the other thing I wanted to show you is look at all these temperatures that were above the normal here during the summer. The normal temperatures are in this orange area here. So that just goes to show you that our summer, for the most part, has been pretty mild. In fact, warm, I would say. And this stretch here in October, early and middle portions of October, was really mild. Hence the reason why we averaged out to have such a warm October. But anyway, real cool stuff from the National Weather Service that I truly appreciate. And it can show you a lot just with one graph like that. Here's your visible satellite loop, and we have some low clouds, patchy low clouds over southern Minnesota. Otherwise, the rest of the state and western Wisconsin, pretty much in the clear for today. Here comes our air mass now for tomorrow and this weekend. Some high clouds moving into Montana, but that just signifies a push of much warmer Pacific air that's going to be coming over the Rocky Mountains and into the Plains states, and that means we are going to be turning much warmer. Here are temperatures as we go through the night tonight. We're going to not drop off, certainly not as much as we did this morning, as temperatures dipped into the upper 20s and low 30s this morning, but look at temperatures by tomorrow morning. We're going to be in the 40s, low 40s and upper 30s over Minnesota and western Wisconsin, so a good 5 to 10 degrees warmer than last night and this morning. And then highs tomorrow, not bad. I think we're going to stretch up into the upper 40s, maybe even a low 50 here in the core Twin Cities metro where there's that urban heat island. And then as we look towards Saturday, much warm day. Look at this warm push of air for late October and early November, or I should say for early November standards. This is pretty warm. Temperatures warming into the 60s over much of southern Minnesota on Saturday, and I think we're going to have a repeat of that on Sunday. So no doubt some Chinook wind effects coming off the Rocky Mountains and into the Plains states are going to spill over into southern Minnesota, and that's the reason why we are going to be so warm for early November. All right, here's your river of air at 30 to 35,000 feet. We call this the jet stream, and it's coming out of Canada still today, but that changes here pretty rapidly as we go through this weekend. Here it is. This is the jet stream on Saturday and Sunday, and look at this warm push of air with a jet streak that's coming into Montana and North Dakota. That jet streak is going to allow warm air from the desert Southwest to ride northeast into the upper Midwest, especially into southern Minnesota. And that's the reason why our temperatures are going to be a good 15 degrees plus above the average as we head into this weekend and perhaps even into early next week. However, we do need to keep our eyes here, and let me put this into motion again. We do need to keep our eyes on what's going to be happening as we head into early next week, or the middle portions of next week, as a storm system develops over the Plains states. And here it is. This is now we're fast forwarding into later next week. This is Thursday of next week. And look at these strong winds coming up out of the south on Thursday into Minnesota. Meanwhile, winds are coming out of the northwest, and they are extremely strong over the Dakotas as we get into Thursday evening. You guessed it, there's going to be a pretty big low pressure system centered somewhere in the upper Midwest. And where this low pressure system tracks later next week is going to determine who gets rain, who gets thunderstorms, and who gets snow. So we'll have to keep an eye on this storm system as it pushes to the east across the upper Midwest later next week and perhaps even lingering into next weekend. Look at that, strong winds as we get into Friday morning, strong winds over much of Minnesota. So no doubt a powerhouse storm system appears to be on the way for portions, if not all, of the upper Midwest later next week. All right, here is your extended outlook and temperatures. Look at our average temperatures. Average high should be in the mid to upper 40s. We're going to be way above that here, the way it appears for the next 5 to 7 days. Temperatures crash after, I think, after about Wednesday or Thursday of next week, but enjoy this warm air because you know it can't last forever. All right, that's your forecast. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great weekend.